Well, this is the time of year across the country. Admissions folks are disappearing from the face of the earth. They're holding up at home and starting to read applications, and that's true at Middlebury College as well. So the 15 of us on our staff, the counselors who do the reading to prepare for committee, are, as we speak, at home reading. An overarching goal of admissions at Middlebury is to be able to not be able to answer the question, what's a typical Middlebury student like, interestingly enough. The transcript and the academic qualities the student brings to his or her candidacy will always be most important. And in fact, we do look at students in several categories. Academics are first and foremost, perhaps the most objective, but even within that, we have a range of discretion, and I think we handle testing and recommendations and grades and scores appropriately within the context of each community and each school from which a student is applying. We're also very interested in personal qualities, extracurriculars, and based on all of that, we bring an overall sense of the fit or the match for a student at Middlebury College. And so while our averages are quite high and we are selective and we ask for and expect a very rigorous academic background for any young person who's thinking about Middlebury, we're also interested in more subjective, intangible qualities. A sense of self-awareness we think is important, mainly in order to take advantage of what a place like Middlebury has to offer. It's a tremendous privilege in many ways to attend a college like Middlebury, and we'd like to have students here who will take advantage of that, who will not only light it up in the classroom for a professor here, but also contribute to the quality of life for all the members of our community. Well, certainly we want the student body at Middlebury to be a reflection of a global stage. We want you to have an interesting roommate, and we assume you want to have an interesting roommate. And so we are defining diversity in lots of different ways. Certainly we're interested and very committed to a racial diversity. We are interested in socioeconomic diversity. We're interested in students for whom this is the first crack at college, first generation students. We're interested in students who come from a variety of different backgrounds, all of which will contribute to us reaching our goal of being able to not really tell you what a typical Middlebury student is. So that's important to us. It's important to the college, and it's important to, I think, Middlebury's reputation as a open, welcoming, tolerant community. We tend to look at essays on two levels. I think we expect anyone thinking about Middlebury to be able to demonstrate clear and concise writing, to have a mastery of the kind of basic elements that are important. And then beyond that, perhaps a talent in writing to demonstrate some skills. I read a terrific essay just this morning about a young woman who is the daughter of Greek immigrants and talked about what it meant to come to this country and try and build a local business and her involvement in it. And she demonstrated kind of qualities that I thought, a real passion for learning, a tolerance and understanding of hard work, an appreciation for the intellectual life. Didn't take a lot for granted. She was called a very inquisitive, deeply involved young woman, and she wrote that way. As far as extracurriculars, we're looking for in-depth commitment over time. We're looking for passion, and we're looking for all kinds of qualities, leadership and things people would often think of, captains and editors and class presidents. We're also interested, though, in out-of-the-box types of candidates, entrepreneurial young men and women who've contributed to the life and quality of the community, whether it's abroad or right in their local hometowns. I've sat around that table at 7:59 a.m. on a Saturday morning with my daughters and waited for those decisions and have received both good and bad news. But I can reassure families that a lot of time, effort, and thought from Middlebury's end goes into this process. We look very closely at those candidates and at your sons and daughters and to you candidates. And my experience has been that in the end, no matter what the decision, if you've put the proper amount of time and effort and reflection into it, that it is a worthwhile process and that you're going to end up at a great institution.